Yo, what's going on? In this video I'm going to be showing you how to set up your scenes and get XSPLIT started up basically. So if you're a beginner to XSPLIT, maybe you never used XSPLIT before, or maybe you've tried to use XSPLIT but you're a little bit confused, this is the video for you. So let's get into it. But before we get into it, if you haven't got XSPLIT, then please go to growonyoutube.com/XSPLIT and use the code JCartere to get 10% off, save you some money getting XSPLIT, all courtesy of Mr. J Cartere. Great stuff, isn't it? And if you didn't know who I am, I just said my name, so you should know now. But I'm J Cartere from growonyoutube.com, teaching you how to be better at YouTube marketing, online business, and music production. I've been able to create a full-time income for myself from my online endeavors, and I want to help you do the same. So if you're creative and you want to use the internet to make some money doing stuff you love, this is the channel where you should be. So let's get into it. This is a beginner's guide for XSPLIT. We're going to show you the basics basically, and hopefully I'm going to do a whole series on this. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything in particular that you want to learn about that I haven't covered. Let me know and I'll make a video on that. So let's bring up XSPLIT. XSPLIT's already brought up in the background. I did this before we started, but let's get into this. Now, I do need to preface this by telling you that you won't be able to see my camera in XSPLIT, and the reason this is because I'm using the camera in Camtasia right about now, which is what I use to record my screen and stuff. If you want to get Camtasia, go to growonyoutube.com/Camtasia. That helps out the channel. But that's besides the point. Now we wanna create scenes from the start. I don't just want to show you me editing my old scenes, because there's no point in that. You're going to be starting up from the scratch, from ground zero. So we got to show you how that's done. Right now, I've already made 8 different scenes. I think when you start XSPLIT, it gives you like 9 scenes for you to go into and make your own personal scenes. I'm going to kind of give you different kinds of scenes that you might want to make. So first of all, the first scene I would highly recommend, if you're playing games and you're using XSPLIT to stream your gameplay, then that's the first scene you really want to create. You want to create the game. You want to create the scene with the gameplay. So you just press this little plus button to create a new scene. But if you're opening up your version of XSPLIT, you should see 9 scenes here already, and you can just click one of those, and then we'll deal with adding the sources, and I'll let you know exactly what you need to add in order to get your scene set up. So let's say you are setting up your gameplay scene. This is your scene that you're going to be using to stream gameplay to your audience on YouTube or Twitch or wherever you are sending it, because there are new streaming platforms. Let me know in the comment section down below what streaming platform you're using, because I don't know why people would use other streaming platforms like Watch Mixer and stuff like that. Like, let me know what the positives and benefits of using different platforms are. I think that would be very, very interesting. Maybe I'll make a video on the different streaming platforms, but I'm not a streamer, so that's besides the point. Let's get back into adding sources. So first thing you need to do is add the source for your gameplay. That's preferably the first thing you should be doing. And where you go to get the source for this gameplay depends on what you are using to capture the gameplay. Now, I am using the Ava Media. So in order to grab that, I will go to devices, and in devices, you'll be able to actually see your capture card. So if you go to video, you'll see your Elgato or your Ava Media or what have you. And I haven't got my capture card hooked up to my computer right about now, so it's not showing up. But if I come to my old gameplay streaming scene and we go to the Ava Media, we can actually see that if we go to the device, it's the same place that, you know, the VCam and webcam is, which is the video capture part of the, what's it called, the devices. So if you got a capture card, this is where you need to go. If you're recording or you're showing the game from your PC, then you may want to go through game capture, and maybe this will auto detect the game capture or the game that you're playing on your PC. I haven't used XSPLIT to stream via my PC yet, What I mean by that is I haven't played a game on my PC and used XSPLIT to stream that. I've only played games on my PS4 and use XSPLIT to stream that. And when I'm doing that, I use a capture card. So that's the only stuff that I've been able to use. But if you're using game capture, then you can try and use game capture, or maybe you could try and use screen capture to capture your monitor or your Windows capture. And I've used that before when I had to use the Elgato, which is a terrible capture card if you want to stream, because it didn't show up in programs like XSPLIT and OBS when I was using that. But maybe they've updated it now, so maybe what I just said is outdated. You never know. You could try it out, but I wouldn't use Elgato if you wanted. If you want to stream something, don't go with the Elgato. The Elgato is great for gameplay, but if you want to stream something, look into the Elgato and see if they've updated it so that that can actually be used as a capture card and a device in XSPLIT or OBS or whatever streaming software you may be using, because that's really important. If you're capturing the gameplay screen through window mode or display mode, you're gonna get a little bit of a delay, and it's just going to be very long to set up. You don't want to deal with that, man. You really don't want to deal with that, because then now if you got the mouse in there, people can see that, and you've got to make sure that, you know, you got to make sure that the window you're capturing doesn't get interrupted by anything else happening on your computer. And it's just not the best way to go about things, and that's definitely not what you want to do. So generally, first source you will add is your gameplay source. And if you're using a capture card, like I said, then you're going through devices, you're going to video, and you're picking that gameplay thing. So let's just pick XSPLIT VCam, and we'll pretend that this is our gameplay thing, yeah? Because we don't actually have our Ava Media connected. So we have our gameplay. Next, what do we have? Next, you will usually have an overlay, but this depends. Sometimes you don't have an overlay. If you haven't made one already, then maybe you don't have an overlay. I did make a video on how to, is this going to be showing up the right way? No. I did make a video on how to create overlays, yeah? So you can definitely go and check that video out to learn how to create your own overlays. And I did a video on how to download a bunch of free overlays. So, you know, check out those videos. But I'm just going to quickly add an overlay, show you how to do it. We'll just add a media file, and hopefully this takes me somewhere where I've got overlays. Okay, teaching live stream overlay. Lovely. So here's my overlay. It reminds people to send a super chat and shows people the link to my free YouTube course. And then at this point, you want to add your webcam if you have one. So we'll go to devices, and we'll go to video, and then we'll go to Logitech HD Pro webcam or XSPLIT VCam. Now, all of these devices should just show up in XSPLIT if you've installed them on your PC, and everything should just work pretty easily. You shouldn't have to install it through some long process through actual XSPLIT. So here I'm just gonna get the webcam. As I said before, the webcam's not gonna work because I'm currently already using it, as you can see. So we have the webcam. Oh, we don't want to move that. So if we have our overlay in a position and we don't want it to move from there, we can click on the overlay, and then we can click on this little lock down at the bottom, and we can lock that position, and now that overlay won't move no matter what we're doing. So here we'll make the camera a little bit smaller, and that's it. That's all you really need in order to stream some gameplay. Like, you got your overlay, you got your webcam, and you've got the gameplay in the background. That's done. Now, I will make some more advanced videos showing you how to add alerts and that sort of stuff, but that's not super necessary right about now. I do have a video showing you how to add music from iTunes. So if you want to spice this up, add more stuff to your live stream, then that is possible. Now I'm going to show you a few other types of screens or scenes that you can set up, because you may want to do this. Now let's go into it. So we'll create another scene, and let's say you've started your stream, or you're about to start your stream, but you've made your stream go live. So you're coming soon. You're not actually playing the games yet, but you want to put up a banner saying you're coming soon. You're going to start streaming soon. So in order to do this, basically you just add a media file. Like that's all you want to do. And we can put this up here, and then you add your picture that says coming soon, and I would put some music in the background. Watch my video on how to actually add music from iTunes to your stream to learn how to do that. And then you've got your coming soon page, and if you're finishing your stream or you have an ending soon page, same thing, same exact thing, just a picture, add some music, Bob's your uncle. And every time you switch a scene, I believe you can change the scene transitions. Every time you switch a scene, it will just cut like this unless you change the scene transitions. And in order to do that, you need to click the transition over here. And here you basically, the only thing you really want to do is, do they have fade? Yeah, the only thing you really want to do is a fade. Everything else looks disgusting. Like, let's be real. Everything else looks unprofessional. Do not do anything except for a fade. But this is personal preference. If you like having a star wipe, then you know that's you, innit? That's you. If you want to have a wave, then that's you. I wouldn't do that. The only thing I would do is a nice fade. It keeps everything nice and professional. Let's see what the fan looks like. Looks terrible. Looks absolutely terrible. Keep it at fade, guys. Let's just keep it at fade. That should be the only transition that you're using. So we have the gameplay with your camera small, and then we have our scene for prior to your stream or after your stream. There's also the be right back streams, the be right back scenes, which can be done in the exact same way as I showed you for the, you know, pre-stream and post-stream. You just add a actual picture and you add the music if you want to do that. In order to change your audio and make sure your audio is all working, you need to come to this setting tab here, which will allow you to go to your audio settings. You do not need to add an audio source. Do not add an audio source. If you add an audio source, what will happen is you'll have two audios, and this will be really annoying to your viewers, and it'll be really annoying to you when you listen back to your stream, because you'll realize that you had two audios going. So basically with your audio, I made a whole video on how to set up your audio settings, so go watch that, but the basics are, you just pick your microphone down here, you pick your system sound over here, and you pick your audio preview sound over here. So the audio preview will be where the audio sent to, so that you can hear a preview of the sound. So if you put in some headphones and you want to hear whether your mic is working, whether you can hear the system sound correctly, like you can hear the gameplay coming in correctly and all that sort of stuff, that is how you actually listen to that and test that out. You'll hear that through the audio preview. So definitely check out my video on, you know, your audio settings, how to set those up, because I don't want to go super deep into that right about now, since I've already covered it, and that video will give you way better context than me just trying to quickly, briefly go over it right now and be like, yo, this is what you have to do. But at least I told you don't add an audio source, because that will really mess you up, and you'll be like, what is going wrong? Why am I hearing myself 3 times? Like, I've only got one audio source. What's going on? That's what's going on, because you're actually using the audio from the microphone over here. So if you wanted to add an audio source, you need to like mute this microphone or something, but I personally wouldn't do that because it doesn't make a lot of sense. But if you're having like a be right back screen or a post or pre-stream screen, then you can always just turn off the mic like that, so that people can't hear you while you're doing other stuff. So that's all the basics really. You can use XSPLIT to record your window and record you doing whatever you want on your computer. In order to do that, you'll just add your desktop as a source, I believe. Let's go to screen capture. You can go to monitor capture, which will just capture everything on your monitors, or you go to window capture, which will capture a specific window. Now I have made a video on this, how to capture how to screen capture with XSPLIT, so go and check that video out if you want some more in-depth guidance around that. But this video is just about creating scenes, what you need in your scenes. You don't need too much. You don't need 7 things in your scenes. Really, you need like 4 things for your gameplay scene. I would add the alerts as well, but I'm going to make a specific video on that because it's going to be quite long for me to get into depth and teach you about all the different types of alerts. So if you want that, let me know in the comment section down below and I'll try to get around to it. But yeah, if you haven't got XSPLIT yet, please go to growonyoutube.com/XSPLIT and use the code JCartere. Get 10% off, save yourself some money, help out the channel in the process. Everyone is happy. Before you go, my question of the day is, what platform are you using to stream right about now? I know I'm asking this on YouTube, so I'm probably going to get loads of people saying YouTube, but I want to know, and I want to know what the differences are between these platforms. Like, why do you stream on Mixer instead of YouTube, or why do you stream on YouTube instead of Twitch? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Let's have a conversation. Let's share the knowledge. Let's get involved. And thanks for watching and liking and subscribing. There's a free course over there if you want to learn more about, is that the right way? There's a free course over there if you want to learn more about how to grow your YouTube channel, the 5 most important steps to YouTube success. That's great stuff. And in the next video, you're going to learn more about YouTube marketing, online business, and music production. I'll see you there. Peace out. Another time.